Hi guys, I'm Shelley and welcome to a lovely outside edition of Top 5 Wednesday. The sun is out, I am currently staying at my mum's, which means I have access to a garden, so I thought I would bring you guys outside because it's lovely. Top 5 Wednesday was thought up by the lovely Lainey Reeds. I will leave links to her down below. The light is changing, so now you can't see me at all. Am I in shadow? I have no idea. Oi, son! This week is the top 5 non-YA books. I've tried to pick each book from different categories. One's classic, one's a graphic novel, one's a children's book, one's a romance, and the other one is a sort of life stories, autobiographical. As I said, I'm at my mum's, so I don't have my books around me right now, so I can't hold them up and show you them. Coming in at number 5 is the Vagina Monologues, which is a sort of collection of stories from different people about womanhood, their experiences with their vagina and menstruation and having sex for the first time and going through puberty and menopause and all the different kind of things that happen to a woman and their vagina. People get squeamish with this book, I think, but it's a very, very important book. It's about love and life and giving birth, and I think it's a very, very educational book that should be taught in schools. Go read it, it's brilliant. For number 4, I've picked a children's book, Emmeline's Moon by Jenny Nimmo. This is the second in a Snow Spider trilogy. It's my favourite one in the trilogy. I love it. I read this when I was about the same age as the main character Nia, and I just connected with her so much. She was very, very awkward and very socially inept, let's say, and I was at the time, I kind of still am, and so I connected with her a lot, and that is why I love this book so much. Number 3, there is a car alarm going off. Number 3 is a romance novel, and that is The Time Traveller's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I'm never going to get that name right. It's about a woman who meets a time traveller when she is younger, and in her later life she meets him again. He doesn't know who she is because his life is all the wrong way around. She knows who he is, and they end up kind of having a relationship and so on and so forth. The way it jumps from childhood to adulthood, and she has him in one timeline and he has him in the other, and putting them together, you think it would be really, really difficult to understand, but the way it flows and the way it's written, you don't get confused, which I found really, really lovely, and I love this book. It's gorgeous. Coming in at number 2 is a graphic novel, and that is V for Vendetta. I am rubbish at describing this book. It is about a young woman who is kind of drawn in by an activist named V, is going to blow up Parliament on, remember the 5th of November, to kind of boot us all up the bum again. The artwork's beautiful, the story is haunting and really makes you think. Quite a lot of people walk around with the V for Vendetta masks on when they're in protests, because it kind of feels like we're in that time now, that we're getting to the point where we might have to start protesting more against the things that are happening in the government. And coming in at number 1, had to be a classic, had to be a romance, had to be Jane Eyre by, I'm going to say Charlotte Bronte. Being my favourite book, I should know which Bronte sister it's written by, but I always get confused. My brain just goes... Jane Eyre is just the most wonderfully written book about a young woman who grows up in an orphanage. She then becomes a governess in the orphanage, but she doesn't want to stay there, surrounded by her past, because it's just boring. She's quite kind of strong-willed, so she advertises to be a governess at different places and gets accepted at Thornfield Hall, where she becomes friends with the guy who owns the hall, called Mr. Rochester, and they have this kind of argumentative, wonderful friendship / romance. There is this kind of haunting thing going on. If you don't know anything about Jane Eyre and you don't want to have to read it, there are many, many beautiful adaptations of it, so go watch one of them, but please, please read it, because it's my favourite book, favourite romance, favourite classic of all time. I love it, and I really should learn which Bronte sister wrote it. And that's my top 5 rather rambly strange sun moment garden thing. I haven't had enough sleep and English isn't coming out right. I just really wanted to do this video and I really wanted to go outside for a bit. I hope you guys are good. I'd love to know what your top 5 Wednesday is, or if you have read any of these books, hit me up in the comments below. We can talk. Whoa! Sun's come out really bright. The sun's come out really bright to tell you to don't forget to enter my giveaway. I'm giving away a signed copy of Jen Campbell's Weird Things People Say in Bookshops. I will put a link down to that video below. All you have to do is be a subscriber and comment on it with your favourite quote. This is really bright and really warming up the side of my head now. And I'll see you so soon. Bye.